Tuesday night, lights low, sparks fly. War report after dark, better fall in line. From WWE to TNA, AU to Spark. Vince the Prince from the Northeast set it off in the dark. OG Steve led the charge. Cat Al, Eric Us, 9 p.m. Eastern. Acknowledge the ring, acknowledge us.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the War Report After Dark. SummerSlam weekend is almost here. Tonight we're going to break everything down. SmackDown, Monday Night Raw. We're going to check in a little bit on NXT. Give our predictions for nights 1 and 2 of SummerSlam. Welcome everybody to another edition. What's going on everybody? How we doing?
Looking forward to the weekend, baby.
I'm actually upset you didn't start with Raquel Rodriguez music as our new Intercontinental Champion.
You know, I thought about it, but I'll be honest with you. I don't really like her music.
I don't even know her fucking music. La Ruda or whatever it is, and then it's like a Damian Priest. It's like a Damian Priest female song.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like I don't know. Her music.
You gotta have good music in order to want to play it.
Right, but I am very happy for her.
Me too.
Yeah.
Bloody nose and all.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll get into it. All right, Vince is here. Vince, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Oh, not much, man. I'm on the way back from trivia. I'll hook in about 10 minutes, but I wanted to catch the beginning of the show.
Awesome. Well, welcome,
you sound
my brother.
great, by the way, so we can hear you.
Yeah, even being in the car, you sound great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. It's plugged into the Bluetooth.
I've done it in the car plenty of times. You guys just don't know.
That's true. Right. So we got a lot to break down. Tanya How512 at YouTube says hello. Hello. Welcome to the show. So listen, I think we should start with Raw just because it's kind of the freshest, right?
Right.
So I want to talk. I'm not going in any specific order because there were some really big hits for me. There were also some really big misses. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to go with the misses. Because I almost listen, I am one to always praise Danhausen. I love everything Danhausen. Like, to me, he can't do any wrong. I feel bad for Joe Hendry. He has waited all this time to get to the main roster, and he's nothing better than a fucking concert with Danhausen. It was horrible. I hated the segment. I really did. Up until the point where Dominic and Judgment Day came in and fucked it all up, and the fighter hit him in the back with the guitar. Like, outside of that was a pure miss for me. And I feel bad for Joe Hendry. I was curious to see what you guys thought of it.
I agree with you 1,000,000% on that. With the way how his career has been and how hot he was, it's a missed opportunity for sure to be showcasing him. And just for that spot like that, I wasn't feeling it.
Agree 100%. It was weird. I didn't know where they was going with it. It was like one of those moments that I reached for my phone and just started like going through the internet. So it wasn't the best, I guess.
It was very strange because I almost felt like they told Joe Hendry this was going to happen with like 2 minutes notice, and they didn't give him time to write a song because they just kept repeating the "you are cursed" thing over and over. And like, I went and checked it out from the beginning of the song to the point where they got attacked, it was over 5 minutes long.
Yeah, it was too long.
Three of that was singing "You Are Cursed" over and over. And I get it, the minis came out and the girls came out, but dude, it didn't help Joe Hendry, who has, honestly, I feel bad because Danhausen took his like indie guy with a popular gimmick thing. So like all of the thunder that Joe Hendry had last year, Danhausen kind of has. So they thought they'd put them together, chocolate and peanut butter. And this shit did not work. It just...
It could work.
Their faults.
It could work if they're not going out there and singing a song. You know what I mean? Like, I could see them being a great tag team. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know. They're gonna have to do something because right now it ain't working.
Well, the problem is they had set him up to do the feud with Logan Paul. Logan Paul got hurt, so that feud had to be washed. So they should have waited a couple of weeks and put him into something else.
It's just
than
so
just being like,
weird
"Well, fuck it, go out there with Danhausen." Yeah, it didn't work. I agree.
It's so
and
weird.
I love them both.
They're both so great individually, but that was such a horrible segment collectively. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the only thing for me that was positive was the fact that now we're getting a Money's on a Pole match. Like, that segment backstage was funny. The moaning and groaning of Danhausen and then saying, what have you never seen wrestling before? You know, like, that kind of shit was funny. Money's on a Pole, like, that's got Danhausen written all over it. So that I'm kind of happy about. But outside of that segment... And what bothered me more than anything is that it was a really solid Raw. And that, to me, just was like a buzzkill right in the middle of everything. I mean, you talk about how we finished the show. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, great fucking segment, right? Like, it left a lot of questions. Like, did Seth finally get in Roman's head on this one? Is Roman versus Seth the most important rivalry of the two nights, you know, because of all the history and the 3-part series of like the years and years of these two and how they're, you know, presenting the whole thing.
Which those arcs were brilliant, by the way. To be doing all those packages and those arcs, I thought that was fantastic.
They were great.
With those.
They were great. So, but is Seth believable to beat this version of Roman? And the fact that they keep harping on the fact that Roman can't beat Seth when there's a title on the line. You know, and they keep saying, you know, like Seth in the promo, you can't beat me. You're not going to beat me. And Roman's all, I have to beat you. Like, this is the time, I think, where Roman has to beat Seth Rollins.
Correct.
Yeah.
100% correct. Yep. So that was probably... I know we're going to go through the whole show, but that was definitely one of the biggest highlights of the night. That's that promo between the two of them right there. They opened brilliantly.
Yeah.
And they closed brilliantly. Both of those two spots, the way they set it up, was perfect when it came to
that. I agree. But now there's also another question I have, right? Because it kind of looks like Heyman has separated from the Vision.
Mm-hmm.
And his main focus has been Brock Lesnar. I'm thinking after SummerSlam, I'm not saying he's retiring, but we're not going to see Brock for a while. That then leaves Heyman with nothing to do. Which makes me think that this has all been done purposely. They could have decided to keep him with the Vision. They decided to separate him. Now, you could always put him back in the Vision. They haven't formally parted ways, but I mean, you don't see Heyman with them, and he basically said, you don't need me, you've got her, kind of thing. Does Heyman potentially go back to the Bloodline? Or does Punk turn heel, and he's back with Punk?
Punk heel.
Punk heel.
Punk of those two options would be better. I think the intriguing one would be if they tease that Solo's going to rejoin the Bloodline, and then he's like, no, it's going to be me and Paul Heyman and LA Knight and Royce Keys, and we're going to be our own thing.
That'd be cool, too.
Because it would be hard to figure out how to get Paul Heyman back to Roman Reigns, considering he betrayed Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, one of the biggest moments ever, blah, blah, blah. That whole thing happened. He's not just going to take him back.
I mean, Heyman has turned on everybody he's ever worked with.
Everybody.
And
Yeah.
look how many times he's turned on Brock and they're back together.
Exactly.
Yeah, they would. I feel like they'd have to sit. They have to address it, though. They would have to. Something would have to happen.
They would be able to come up with something.
Yeah, but I do agree 100% that I don't think Paul Heyman needs to go back to the Vision. I actually kind of.
I don't want him in the Vision.
I like the three of them with Maxine running it. I'm liking this Maxine the way this is going.
Oh, I wouldn't say she's running it, but
Yes, she is. That's what Paul Heyman even said it. What do you need me for when you got her? She's the one that's coming up with the ideas.
she's not running the Vision.
You know what I mean. She's running
She's not
Austin
running
Theory.
the Vision. Well,
They
listen,
they should.
that I don't
That
disagree
makes a-
with.
And that makes for a lot of control. Just
She's
saying.
a side piece.
should.
That's all she
I
is. She's a side piece.
I tell you what, I wish Mandy Rose wasn't pregnant because I'd love Mandy Rose to show up with Maxine, with Akira Tozawa and Otis.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she has any desire at this point. She makes so much more on OnlyFans. I don't think
Right.
she has any desire to get back into the ring. Hey, baby girl, Addie's with us. So yeah.
Hey, Eddie.
So SummerSlam is just shaping up to be just massive, right? So we're all excited now. We got a great finish to Monday Night Raw with Seth and with Roman. But then, like Kat mentioned, we also had an outstanding opening with the Hell in the Cell cage coming down and Oba coming out, doing his whole entrance. You got Triple H in the middle of the ring. They have the scale, which... Okay, so here's the other thing one thing I did not really like. This whole weigh-in thing, the whole walk down, like, listen, TKO, this is WWE, this is not UFC.
Right.
Like, that to me, you're just trying way too hard to be UFC. I don't need a weigh-in. You guys tell us their weight every time they come out. Like, I don't need a weigh-in. So, I would have rather you have just done another face-to-face, but the weigh-in, fucking stupid to me. Anyway, but the cell comes down, Oba has his entrance, the crowd goes crazy, Brock comes out with Heyman, and instead of getting in the cell, he locks everybody inside. And of course you have all the fake police also. So, what an amazing start to the show, because you just see Brock pacing around the cell, and Oba's just a caged animal. I actually was waiting for the moment that Oba was just going to rip the door off,
Yes. Yep.
but it never happened. But great promo on both sides. It got me so much more excited. How are we feeling about the fact that this is the opening match of SummerSlam live on ESPN? Hell in the Cell match has never been seen on ESPN before, never been outside of a PLE. This is kind of a big deal. You're going to get a lot of eyes on it that have never seen it before. And what could potentially be Brock Lesnar's final match, we don't know. But things indicate that it might go that way. So what are we thinking? Is that the right decision?
Brock always wants to go first, though, when he's out there. He wants to be wham, bam, and done. And it's in his home state. He's earned the right to pick and choose what time he wants a match and when he wants a match and who he's going to do it at what time.
You're
or whatever.
assuming he had say in when his match is going to be on.
It's Brock. He used a little bit of leverage.
He might have, but I don't know that he has the final say-so in terms of
I don't think
how
he has
they're
the
gonna
final say
book
so,
it.
but it's public knowledge that every time that Brock wrestles, he wants to be out there pretty much first.
Oh yeah, for sure,
So-
because he wants to get in and get out.
Right,
But
so
at the same time, they're going to do what's good for them. I actually think, from a marketing standpoint, it's a very
It's
good
brilliant.
decision, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to get eyes that aren't going to pay for ESPN Plus that are going to be able to see it.
Right. And now they might be like, ooh, now I need to go watch the rest of the show if this was that good. Absolutely.
Right. And now, because now I got to see what's going to happen on night 2. But it
Exactly.
also starts to feel to me that night 1 is more stacked than night 2. So that's kind of interesting.
Well, you know what? After the mistake they made with WrestleMania, making night 1 so unstacked and making night 1 so boring as hell, I think they're kind of still wiggling through that to make it more, that you want to watch both nights like that, because like we were all talking about what a disaster night 1 of WrestleMania was this year. So they don't want a repeat of that.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Oba's got to go over, right? I mean, there's no question about that.
100%.
I'm very curious to see how this goes. I mean, this is going to be the longest match they've had, I would presume, because it's a Hell in the Cell match.
Right.
I'm almost hoping it's a lot like the cage match with Rollins and Breaker. I'm hoping that the match starts and there's a slew of shit in the ring. Tables, chairs, kendo sticks, whatever, and they just beat the holy shit out of each other.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Rock has never been in Hell in a Cell.
What was that? Is that me or Kat?
I think that's Kat.
That was Kat.
What?
Okay. Kat, we're losing you. Okay. So that's how we're going to get SummerSlam started. So I'm excited with that. We touched on it briefly, but Raquel Rodriguez wins the Women's IC Championship, and I think that was a phenomenal decision. Nothing against Sol. I think she did a great job. I think she still has a lot of work to do. But Raquel is somebody that has never had a singles women's title, and I think it's about damn time. And it sounds like, as the heel, the crowd was very behind that decision. And potentially worked half of that match with a broken nose. I don't know if it was confirmed or not, but she had a lot of blood coming out of the nose.
I mean, unfortunately, with Sol Ruca winning and as exciting as she is, creative did absolutely nothing to help her. And I kind of feel bad for her, but, like you said, I think she's deserved this belt for a while, and I'm happy she's got it. And at the right time, because her and her stable are very hot at the moment. So it's cool to see.
And I think Sol Ruca kind of let the bright lights get to her a little bit, because she was never this botchy or streaky. She was way more solid in NXT, I guess is a way to put it. And just comparatively right now, she is not as crisp. Like, she's definitely botching some stuff, and I wonder if it's just like, it's a bigger arena, it's more people, there's more pressure, you're on the main roster now. It could be all of those things, or it could be none of them, but I just noticed that, she wasn't performing at the level she was performing at NXT, and I think you're telling me Raquel, this is her very first. Did she have an NXT Women's Championship at all, or no?
I think she did. Wasn't she an NXT Women's Champion? For some reason, I think she was, but I could be wrong.
But she's been on this main roster for how long now? A couple years, and she hasn't even sniffed a championship.
I don't know.
Until
I
now?
thought
That's
I heard something that she has never had a singles title.
I
Singles
believe
title.
it, but
She was a tag team champion with Liv.
Not a singles.
Right.
Right, not singles.
Right.
Yeah. Very strange. Because you'd think that would be the kind of person they put a title on, like, immediately. But
Yeah, well, either way, she deserves it. I'm very happy for her. We'll have to see. I'm curious to see how the crowd reacts to her. I don't think she's booked for SummerSlam, so on the Monday after Raw, I'll be curious to see how the crowd reacts to her. Javon Evans defeats Rusev. Another great match. Those two just work well together. Rusev has taken a lot of L's since he's come back. But I'm glad to see Javon continuing to shine. because that kid is something special.
I mean, that's crazy. I never thought I'll see the day Javon Evans will beat Rusev, but that's
Yeah.
the world we live in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rusev must have. I don't know. If Rusev did a little bit more business with AEW, all he had to do was put a couple people over, and he would have been like multi-time TNT champion. He probably would have challenged for the world title more than once, but he didn't want to play ball. And then he's like, well, I'll go back to WWE. And I guess everybody has their price, but it's like, if you were going back there to job, unless they're like paying you double what you were making in AEW, like, it's worth going back to just job constantly? Like, I don't understand the decision to like purposely keep yourself off TV for like 2 years until your AEW contract expires, and then come back like you're going to do something, and then just end up being a jobber.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I like the pairing of him and Ethan Page, but it also looks like they're going to be pushing them separately. So, I'd like to see Rusev. I think with Rusev, I think a face turn would actually work well for him. I think you bring back the whole Rusev Day shit, because at one point it got very over and very hot, and
I was just going to recommend that.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, I don't know why Vince put the
But
kibosh
would it get
on it.
over coming back, though, you think? Or is it too
I
late?
think it would. I think it would.
I mean, if
Okay.
Enzo and Cass are going to come back and get over, then
You
fucking
know,
Rusev
so-
Day could get over.
We have a lot to
Fair
finish, but let's shift for one quick second as a sidebar, because you brought up Enzo and Cass, and I gotta tell you, man, all these promos, I'm seeing all of Cass, and I'm not seeing any Enzo. So I'm wondering if Enzo's not coming in.
You're
they
right.
probably won't even announce him, and he'll just show up, and that will be the biggest pop in the last decade.
That would be wild.
Somebody today was saying that the promo they aired last night, the vignette, it sounded like Enzo was the one that was narrating. I listened to it a few times, I couldn't tell.
I don't think so. I think it's Kaz. It sounds like Kaz. To me, at least.
Yeah, they both got that
Listen
accent.
to that promo.
So I don't know.
Weird.
But I am excited for those two, or at least Big Cass on the Raw after SummerSlam. A big win for Ethan Page, gets over on Rey Mysterio. Didn't
Crazy.
see that coming. Glad to see it, though. I'm a big fan of Ethan Page. I like him a lot. So I want to see him move up the ladder. Division defeats Alpha Academy. Shocking. I'm glad. The only thing about it, I'm glad Otis and Tozawa are getting more TV time. Where it's going to go after this whole Vision deal, who knows? But it's definitely not over because there were shenanigans. We already talked about the Judgment Day ruining the horrible concert. Here was another high moment for me on Raw. Usos come out. Start to cut a good promo. They go to fire the warning shot, but they don't say blow. And then all of a sudden, the face, Solo Sikoa, that I am loving right now. Pew, 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 pew. And he comes out, cuts a fucking hilarious promo. And then basically hyping up the six-man tag, which I am excited for. I think this is going to be great. I don't know how the Bloodline doesn't go over. There's still a part of me that thinks Solo is still going to go with the Bloodline. We've been speculating for weeks that maybe Zilla's going to appear, but I just saw something that he's got an indie booking. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But my gut says Bloodline's got to go over.
Yeah.
I'm really on the fence on Bloodline because, I mean, I was going to say Powerhouse, but, Royce Keys or whatever. You want to let him lose out the gate on his first PLE?
He doesn't have to take the pin.
This is true, but it's still a loss. That's my only thing. And to keep the momentum going for Solo, I would think you have to let Solo Knight and Royce Keys win.
No
I could
way.
be wrong.
I can't see it. I mean, look. Even when they were in the ring last night, like it looked like the face was what's his name Fatu. People were cheering more for Fatu than they were for Royce Keys.
Well, duh. But I think Solo has the most, has the crowd more. It's between Solo and Jacob who's got the crowd. Everyone else in the match doesn't matter.
Yes, Solo's been killing it lately. Like that's
Yes.
amazing. That like out of all the guys, like he's the one Samoan with a personality. It's great.
Yes, exactly.
His personality is really starting to come through, and
Yeah.
I'm loving everything about it. He could almost go back to the bloodline and take the Sami Zayn goofy
Yes.
spot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he would be as funny as Sammy, although I still say you bring Sammy back too. Fuck it, and then
Oh, I know.
it would be
I know.
great, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Okay, I want to go back and touch on SmackDown. We had the face-to-face with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. I like how Cody is sounding kind of heelish when he's talking to Punk, but then Punk is also sounding kind of heelish. You got Cody saying, I hate you. Like, those are some strong words. I don't like
Yep.
you. Things like that. Kind of heelish for somebody like Cody. So I'm curious to see if we do get a heel turn from one of them. My gut would say it would be Punk before Cody, but
Yeah.
I also feel like Cody has been getting booed a little bit more lately, especially when out there with Punk. So maybe Cody's the one that should turn. Although
What
if
if we
people
get
are the
the
ones
swerve?
that are still behind CM Punk more than Cody, piss everyone off and have Punk turn heel. So it'll be interesting to see if either of them, if something happens,
What if we
What do
get
you-
the swerve that we think Heyman is going to help Punk and instead he helps Cody?
I mean, that would be a mind fuck. I don't
be
hate
awesome.
that idea. I don't hate it.
That would be so interesting. I would love
Let
it.
me tell you a story. What do you want to talk about?
I told Dusty a long time ago I would always look out for the American
But that would-
Nightmare.
But that so works because of the history.
Right,
It
well, that's
works.
what I'm saying. It does work.
Yeah.
Same
Oh my
as Heyman having it work with the Samoan dynasty because
Exactly.
of his history with the Wild Samoans and everything. I mean, it could be interesting. And you wouldn't have Cody talking as much, which would be different,
Right.
but not in a bad way.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to talk to you guys anymore because I don't like you anymore.
Yep.
Like, I've got Heyman to do my talking now.
Yep.
I could totally get behind it. I don't know if they would actually do it.
I know.
I know. Dude. That just came to my head just now when we all said that we think Heyman would go with Punk. I'm like, well, wait a minute. What if he goes with Cody?
That's a phenomenal idea.
It's definitely different. I just wonder because I mean, geez, Cody has spent so many years saying he'll never turn heel and he wants to be a babyface the rest of his career, this, that, and the third. So it would be interesting if he had a lot of control in AEW. He has a say, but he doesn't have the control that he does in WWE. So if they make an executive decision, he's going to have to roll with it. He can definitely give his input and say, I don't think it's going to work. But ultimately, if they put it on, if somebody with the pencil writes it down, it's happening. So it would
That
be
would
interesting.
be one hell of an Unreal episode too to air that on Netflix after all that.
So I texted Cody, and then I texted Nick Khan. We all got on a group chat like that. I can already see it in the little squares going across the screens. Like I called Road Dogg and told him he's fired.
That's so funny.
That's amazing.
Another match that I am very, very excited for. Gunther versus Nick Aldis.
Oh my God, I can't
And
wait.
Nick Aldis, who on SmackDown got put through a table. But I'm excited more so because there's a lot of people out there that don't know Nick Aldis as Magnus or as the Nick Aldis, former NWA World Champion. Like, you guys don't know. Like, I hope he comes out with the robe.
Yep.
I hope they give him a full entrance. People are going to see how fucking put together he is because he is jacked. And you don't ever see it because he's always in a suit and tie. This
He
is
looks
going...
like he looks like a unit, though.
He's going to be awesome. And I think Gunther is the right person to work with because it's a slow pace. But it's going to be hard-hitting. I don't see Nick Aldis going over, but I think he's going to impress a lot of people. And then the question is, does he become an official roster superstar now because he is officially no longer GM?
I hope so. People missing it. Like I said, like you hit the nail on the head. Justin did not know that A, Nick Aldis was married to Mickie James, or B, that he was actually ever a professional wrestler because he doesn't watch anything but WWE. So
and also, you keep him on the roster. It's another way to bring Mickey back because you can have a mixed tag like you did with Punk and AJ. You know, like get into a thing with Dirty Dom and Liv, and then okay, well, you want to mess with me? Well, here's my wife.
Exactly. Yep. It opens up a lot of opportunities. And he's a total package. He's got a look, he can wrestle, and he's got great mic skills. He's always been a total package.
I agree. What's your concern, Vince?
My concern is that they go, okay, Gunther, you're beating him in like 2 minutes, like a Brock Lesnar style.
Oh, no.
They gave McAfee like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They're gonna give all this a fair amount of time.
And I think they will. And I hope that what they do is they give him enough time to impress people, and then obviously he loses to Gunther. Because you can't come out of retirement after 5 years and beat Gunther. That's not happening. But if he can go out there and do his thing, and they are thinking about giving him one last run, if this is meant to introduce him as a full-time wrestler and not just a backstage guy, could be interesting.
It could be very interesting. Finn Balor earned an opportunity to face Sami Zayn now at SummerSlam, and that is for #1 contendership for the title. So it looks like the next match is going to be whoever the current champion is versus Sami or Finn Balor. So that's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. I could only imagine that Sami loses because they just continue with this whole Sami got screwed deal. So that'll be interesting to see. Charlotte Flair and Chelsea Green qualified for this ladder match. I with everything I have in my being, this is where Chelsea Green should win. Let her be an interim champion until Rhea comes back. Rhea will obviously beat Chelsea, but it could be something as stupid as two of them are reaching for it, they grab it, it falls, and it falls right into her hands. It would be like a very Chelsea way of winning. You know what I mean? So, whether or not they're going to go that route, I don't know. But
let me ask you this. If the mystery person is AJ Lee, like the rumors are, do you still want Chelsea or do you want AJ?
I would rather have Chelsea.
Okay, fair enough.
I would almost rather AJ win Money in the Bank.
Okay, I could see that.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
AJ's in that 6-woman match in night 1.
Well, I don't think
She's
AJ's
not
officially
confirmed
been.
yet.
She's not confirmed. That's the rumor.
There's an unidentified. They put it up in the promo last night that it's an unidentified mystery person is the sixth person, and the speculation is that it's AJ.
Gotcha. And not Paige, right?
Right.
Right. Well, Paige is in that 6-man tag.
Yeah.
With the Bella bitches and
Right. Okay.
Well,
I see
speaking
what
of
you're
the Bella bitches, Nikki
Yeah.
Bella made her big return.
Whoopsie fucking
She
Big
helped out.
return. Big.
she
Come on.
she helped Brie and Paige against Fatal Influence. I just really need Paige to be removed now. Let the Bellas do their thing. Let them go after Fatal Influence, and let Paige do something else. I've had enough. Trick Williams, Baron Corbin. When SmackDown went off the air, Baron Corbin attacked Trick Williams. So obviously they didn't use it for TV. But I am very happy Baron Corbin's back, and I think he's a great person to have Trick go against. Trick is just so over that I think it's going to be great. So that brings us now to SummerSlam. So they finally have given us the breakdown of night 1 and night 2. So real quick, you're going to have night 1, you're going to have Punk and Cody. You're going to have Oba Brock. You're going to have Liv Morgan, Io Sky. You're going to have Gunther, Nick Aldis. LA Knight, Solo, Royce Keys, Jacob Fatu, and the Usos. Bellas and Paige versus Fatal Influence. That is all of night 1. That is a stacked night 1.
It is.
Night 2 is going to be Roman and Rollins. It's going to be the interim ladder match for the women. It's going to be Penta Gable, Williams and Corbin, Zayn and Balor, and Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio. So that's where we're at. I mean, night 1 is more stacked than 2.
Yeah. And aside from the 6-woman tag match, I mean, unless Paige, like you said, like, the Bellas and Paige do whatever, I'm actually invested in all of the other matches. That's the only match I really am kind of like, I don't give two shits about.
Well, I will tell you this. I think if there was ever an opportunity to get Paige away from them, so to speak, is they lose, and then the Bellas turn on Paige.
Correct.
Like, you cost us the match. Paige is the one that got pinned and lost the women's titles. So if Paige takes the L again, they can shift all the blame on Paige and turn and kick her out. And the Bellas are better heel.
Absolutely.
So.
Oh, no, I agree. I'm just saying, and until that part happens, like I said, I could give two. I'm looking more forward to what happens after the match than the actual match, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, so let's do some rapid fire predictions.
Oh boy.
Let's start with best match of the weekend. What do we think it's going to be? Right off the bat, my gut goes with Oba Brock.
Oba Brock, and again, like we were talking about, potentially Gunther Aldis.
As best match of the weekend.
It could, if they do it right, absolutely. Because anything that
what's the whole
9 times out of 10,
lineup?
Gunther puts on a great match to begin with.
I don't discredit that at all. I don't know that I that would have been my go-to for match of the whole weekend, but I mean, yes, Gunther's always a home run. What were you going to say, Al?
What is the what's the lineup for the week? Like, what are all the matches? I know we talked about the most high-profile matches, but what are all the matches?
Where'd you go?
He just gave.
I just went through all night 1 and night 2.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry. I actually was talking to my wife at that point. I apologize. I didn't hear it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
out of those matches that you sound, I would have to say Brock and Oba, just simply because I think he might be retiring. Like this might be it, and he might want to go,
I have that same
with
concern.
a great matches, and it's not going to be a 5-minute match, and it's going to be a slobber knocker, which is what I'm hoping for.
Thank you, JR.
And I'll throw this out there because there are 2 matches on night 2 that aren't big matches necessarily in terms of prestige, but I think they're going to low key be good matches for this event, and it's Penta against
Penta
Chad
Gable. I knew
Yep.
you were going there.
and
I agree.
Sammy
100%.
and Finn Balor. Sammy and Finn
Yeah.
Balor both have something to prove because Sammy just got fucked out of this world title, and Finn Balor hasn't had the world title since he held it for less than a day because he tore out his shoulder on that
Yeah.
powerbomb from Seth Rollins. So both of these guys have a reason to go out there and try and put on match of the night. Whoever wins is going to be number one contender. So they have to put on a good match so that whoever they go on to face, like you can't just have a Sami Zayn or a Finn Balor go after a world title as is right now. They need something.
Yeah.
And having a big statement win, a big match at SummerSlam will help their momentum. Whoever it is that wins goes on to the next one. I think it will end up being Finn because Sammy has been, he just won the title, then just lost it. They're obviously doing some kind of story with Sammy. So I feel Finn wins the number one contendership. I think there's 0.0 chance that he actually wins the title.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
That makes sense.
Yep. I can agree
Well-
with that.
So what do we think the biggest surprise of the weekend is going to be?
Enzo.
Well, that's not supposed to happen until Monday.
Seeing Sable
Oh.
on TV.
Now that would be crazy.
If Sable is anywhere in Minnesota on television at all during that match, that will surprise the ever living shit out of me.
That'd be pretty cool.
100% agree. That would be wild. What about a Brandy Rhodes appearance?
Well, she'll probably
we've
be
seen her.
backstage. Yeah, she'll be backstage and
Right.
WWE Unreal next season.
And we've seen her at ringside, like at the last 2 WrestleManias or whatever, with Liberty and everything like that. That wouldn't surprise. I'm trying to think of how long it's been since we actually saw Rena Lesnar on anything that has to do with WWE television. Since it's in
I
Minnesota,
bet
and this is
over 20 years. Let me look. Let
yeah,
me see if we
since
can find
this
it.
is
Well, she also didn't leave on good terms either.
right. But since
So-
this is in Minnesota, this is possibly his retirement match. Do we see her and the kids at ringside for this?
I think if we do see them ringside, then I think that tells us he's retiring.
Exactly, but that's my point.
Well, then I'm hoping I don't see them because I don't want them to retire. I mean, listen, I think I'm going to go the easy route. I think the biggest surprise is going to be AJ Lee. I think
Yeah.
that's going to be the big surprise of the weekend.
Well, I'll give this to you easily, Steve. If you see Chuck Zito in the audience, someone's retiring that night because Chuck Zito only shows up when there's a retirement.
That's
Oh,
true.
So,
That's true.
Uh,
Go ahead.
August 5th, 2004, an episode of SmackDown
22
Was
years
the-
then.
was
Yeah,
the last
Damn.
time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um,
And I have not missed the grind in any of that last 22 years, just saying.
Yeah.
what's the most likely title to change hands?
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, I think Io
Yeah.
Sky
Yeah.
beats Liv Morgan.
Plus, she's cursed, so
She is still cursed many times over.
he never
And she
uncursed.
hasn't defended it since freaking WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's very evil and very nice.
So most of the titles do look pretty locked up. Obviously, we've got an interim one that's technically vacant, so that's that doesn't count. We're gonna get a new person regardless. But
Yeah, I'm not counting that one.
here's the one that I'm wondering about: Trick Williams against Baron Corbin. Do you
Yeah.
have Baron come back and lose immediately, or do you have him come back and beat Trick Williams? Neither. I don't know. I wouldn't have made this match right away. It seems too soon.
I think that goes down with interference, and you're going to get somebody else involved to showcase another talent in WrestleMania kind of thing.
All right.
Like maybe Carmelo Hazel.
Yeah, he's still not over it, and he's still,
Right. Okay.
he's still relevant, so they might give him a spotlight.
But that is definitely a possibility that Baron does come in and take the title. So we'll have to see. Most likely to turn heel. If we are going to get a heel turn, I'm going to say CM Punk.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Punk.
I'm going to go Cody Rhodes just for the swerve.
Mm. Can't be mad at that. Al, what do you
No, it
think?
would be nice.
I'm trying to think deep, and I just
Don't hurt yourself, sweetie.
I don't know. I mean, look, I'm a Punk guy being heel, so I'll just go with him since I'm not gonna hurt myself.
And I'm sorry, you said about title changes. Chad Gable defeats Penta.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
locked in. That's a
That
good
would be
one.
great.
I think that's pretty much happening.
Yeah.
I hope so. I don't know where else you can go with this aside from having him win this title. So
He needs to. Yeah.
yeah, I think especially after that whole thing, the mask versus mask match, you gotta put a belt. I would have put a belt on him, freaking 2 weeks later. But here we are.
It is 2 weeks in, wrestling time.
Yeah, just about.
I mean, Penta has had a long enough run where, if they gave it to Gable, I wouldn't be upset with that at all. I
Right.
mean, Gable has earned it. He's doing his whole redemption tour. So
Especially with
I'm
the video
good with it.
yes. Especially with the video package, he's never had a singles title or anything before. They're pushing it hard.
Yeah.
That it's
Right.
going to be him. That it's going to be him, and it's rightfully deserved. Again, another thing like Brock Lesnar, it's his home state. So, if they're going to give Brock the loss, which is where I think they're going, then you at least give Chad Gable the win so that Minnesota doesn't riot.
I mean, I don't think they'll mind if Brock loses. You know what I mean? I think
You know what I
everybody's-
mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to see man, NXT tag team belts, and is that it for our guy?
Yep.
Chad Gable? That's it?
I
Chad,
think so.
yeah, Yeah.
Holy shit.
that was when he was with what's his name?
Okay, no,
Holy
so
shit.
he's had the Raw tag team titles, once with Bobby Roode and once with Otis. I didn't remember the Bobby Roode one. He had the SmackDown tag team championships with Jason Jordan once.
Jason.
One time with the NXT tag team championships, also Jason Jordan, and then one time as the Speed champion.
Right. So he has never never held a major singles title in the WWE. The closest he ever came to it was when they had him doing those killer matches with Gunther on Raw, but he didn't win. He's never had a singles title.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
another one that like Raquel just blows my mind. That
Yeah.
he's been there twice as long as her, at least.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So if they're ever gonna do it, this is the time
Yeah,
to
I
freaking
think
do
you
it for
gotta
him.
do it.
He's got
yeah.
the momentum. He's got everything. It will not wreck Penta's career at all to take a loss to Chad Gable.
No, it wouldn't.
Definitely for that happening. So that would be good to watch.
It's going to be very interesting. I mean, overall, I think this really has the potential to be a great SummerSlam.
Correct. It does.
If executed the right way, I think we're gonna. I'm a little worried about night 2 though, just because you have so much big shit happening night 1. But I think we're gonna be okay. I mean, like you said, Penta Gable is gonna be entertaining as hell. Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, which are all night 2, are gonna be entertaining as hell. Rollins,
Yep.
Roman, obviously, is gonna be the match everyone's waiting to really see.
And you got the Danhausen Dom going on Sunday night too. And even though it's it's a silly match, it's gonna be a good silly match.
I
So
agree.
they stacked it enough that it's got more technical wrestling maybe, but it also has more entertainment value. So if you spin it that way, it should work.
Yeah.
Right, the star power might not be as big, but I mean, you're guaranteed a couple really good matches. You got a money on a pole match thing, so somebody's winning 100. It's not a real $100,000, but somebody wins something, and then you got a ladder match, so you're guaranteed a new women's champion there or interim women's champion. So they have things happening on night 2. The one thing this tells me though, if they really did put all of this, like, if we're calling it stacked on night one, if they intentionally stacked night one, something's happening in the main event, and I don't know what, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't have night two be the least interesting night on paper.
Well, we know one thing for sure. It's not Dean Ambrose.
Well, no.
Right. Yes.
Although,
We know
how
it's not
poetic
that.
would that be? God, if they
Oh my
were
God.
able to just make a deal for one night. Could you imagine?
Oh my God. That's all Alex has been saying for the last 2 weeks. Is that what? But wait, no, never mind. I was going to say, what if that was they slept it in or whatever, and something like Big Cass had something to do with that, but they're saving him for Monday, so never mind.
Right.
You know, and we still have never gotten the unveiling of what's under the sheet on the gurney in Danhausen's den.
Probably Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman's too busy eating everything on the menu.
I'm sorry, I love that damn show.
I do too, actually. I do too.
It's
doing
so much
really
better
well.
than Chrisley Knows Best coming on right after the show,
Jesus
so it's
Christ
actually
on a
something I
cross.
don't mind changing the channel.
Have we finished Unreal season
Yes.
3?
Finished it
Yes.
the first day.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Thought it was great.
Fucking amazing.
I really enjoyed it. I love each season more and more. I loved the behind the scenes look at the John Cena final tour.
Yes.
I thought that was great. They put an a hard influence on Liv Morgan. Even Triple H kind of gave her flowers and kind of said, like, I look at you like a general now. I could put you in there with anybody and you'll just make magic happen. And like just a lot of very cool moments. And then, you know, the Rollins getting hurt right at the start of the Vision and then them deciding to take Rollins out, and you see a different side of Braun Breaker.
Yes.
Right? Like, there was just a lot of... It was really well done. I very much enjoyed it. They went in on AJ Lee and her coming back and signing her contract like an hour before she went out to make her big return, and they snuck her in and all that kind of stuff, and how they snuck Liv back in after injury, and she made her big return during the John Cena tour. Like, it just...
And
It was
AJ
great.
Lee all about the thing about I'm getting paid like the men do.
Yeah,
I'm not doing like that was
it's a big deal.
huge
Yeah, it's a
for
big
women,
deal.
for the women in the business, and for her, because she remembers what it was like being the Divas champion and being, you know, a
Yeah,
5-minute match. So that was incredible to see her be able to pull that off.
I agree.
Absolutely amazing.
No.
Now get AJ and Paige to be a tag team again against the Bellas, and I am in my glory.
I said that last week. I said
Yep,
that'd
beat
be
the shit out of the Bella Twins, and I am all good.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that covers
Side
Raw,
note,
SmackDown, SummerSlam. What else you got?
Side note question: did you guys see the after SmackDown footage of the Bellas backstage and how big Birdie's gotten?
No.
I saw the video. Yeah.
Birdie's 8 years old. That's pretty
crazy.
damn scary. That is pretty damn scary that child is now 8.
Yeah, I
that made
remember
me
her
feel old.
Well, I'm
being-
40 already, so everything's downhill from here.
You ain't lying.
You're how old?
I'm gonna be 41 in September.
I'm 46, sweetheart.
Yeah, 46.
Actually, I'll be 41 on your daughter's birthday because we share.
That's
a
right,
birthday.
September 12th.
I
You are
remember.
correct.
Oh,
And
damn.
she'll be 18. September 21st. Sorry, September 12th was your
21st.
birthday, Alex. I'm sorry. Wrong kid.
God, he's getting huge too.
Right?
Yep,
Oh my
he's
God.
Jesus Christ.
yeah, no kidding. Ready? Watch this. Stand next to me.
Kid, 11-year-old at 5'5".
11-year-old at 5'5".
It's unreal.
Wow.
Time flies.
Right?
I know,
Holy
and we
shit.
can't see you. Goodbye.
Can't see it.
Well,
Oh, man.
Do you hear that? He goes, we got 8 minutes left. No, there's 5 minutes. Nice try.
Right.
I think we've covered everything. We've got our predictions. Everyone should definitely stay tuned to our social media. We are going to announce time, but we are going to do a special Sunday review of night one of SummerSlam. So make sure you stay tuned to all the social media. We'll be promoting it, and we'll let everyone know what time to tune in. But that way we're not trying to cram in both nights next Tuesday, because it's just way too much to cram into an hour. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the top of the hour.
Wow. Jeez. Tons to talk about. We didn't even talk about AEW Redemption, which was a good pay-per-view, but it's on the road to All In. I mean, so here's the thing. It's a good pay-per-view, but it's a pit stop before All In. There were some title changes. Some stuff definitely happened. The big headline is that Tekla lost the world title to Willow Nightingale. So now it's Willow, Mercedes Moné at All In. Maya World won the TNT Championship, so it's to be determined who she's going to face. Andrade wins the national championship, which is amazing. He wins the title. He looks so excited. Legitimately, not as a character, legitimately personally excited to win that title. So hard work for him, coming back and winning the title. Overall, great show. Edge and Christian announced against the Young Bucks for All In for the AEW Tag Team Championships. So on the road to All In, we're going to have some interesting developments. And I'll, as your AEW correspondent here, I'll let you guys know what's going on. But this has been the War Report After Dark. We do this every Tuesday, 9 p.m. on Eastern Time. We live stream on Facebook and YouTube. If you go to Facebook.com, type in Tag Me a Date, you'll find our page. All you got to do is hit the thumbs up or the follow button, and the live stream goes right into your news feed. If you go to YouTube, you type Tag Me a Date in the search bar, you'll find our channel. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll get a notification half an hour before the show. All you have to do is tap on it. It'll bring you right to the live stream. If you prefer an audio version instead of a video version of the podcast, you can go to Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, whichever you'd like. Type in the War Report, type in Tag Me a Date. You'll see this lovely logo in the top right-hand corner. You'll also see our names in the description. Hit subscribe, and either Ryan or Steve will grab the audio between Tuesday and Wednesday and upload it. As long as you're subscribed, you have to do nothing else. It will just send right to you as soon as it is uploaded, so you can take it with you in the car, while you're doing laundry, whatever it is that you need to listen to podcasts for. And if you're listening to podcasts, check out my new podcast, Laughable Advice. It comes out twice a month. We have Melissa Shedikoff from 600 AM, Melissa in the Morning, as our guest this week. And she talks about celebrity hall passes, Disney adults, and much, much more. Nice. So check out Laughable Advice. It's a fun show. It's not wrestling. So if you want a show that's not wrestling, watch that. If you want wrestling, we're going to be back next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, just come right back to wherever you were. We'll be there, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for another edition of the War Report After Dark. Have a great week, everybody.